Okay, so get a lot of questions about professions, and I want to just kind of clear up a few things. If you know this stuff already, that's cool. I mean, some of you are probably smarter than I am, so um, I just wanted you to know like how you can like make professions work for you, and it's probably a good idea to kind of know some basic stuff where we can like focus on different things and make it work for the guild instead of just like all trying to go down the same road or whatever. Now, again, I'm looking at blacksmithing, and because that's my main one, I've looked at all the other ones, and they all kind of work the same way. You just kind of need to know a few details, especially if you're like really concerned about it. So one of the first things I want to tell you is that you do not need to worry about leveling your profession to max. Like, it's not important, and you'll get there eventually. And if that's stressing you out, then just chill. Like, I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I'm at 94 in out of 105 in my blacksmithing, and I'm not stressed about it. What's more important for all of us is to make sure we're getting as many specialization points as we can. This knowledge that you obtain from doing the weekly quest stuff, from going out in the world and looting boxes, doing other things, that's way more important than getting profession points. So it's all different for everybody, but like, I'm using myself as an example. I knew I wanted to go for swords first, so I picked weaponsmithing off the bat. I filled out this as much as I could to get to this one, then filled this one out as much as I could to get to this one down here, because this is where I wanted to be for swords. And then I filled up this whole thing all the way around. I actually didn't need this, and if I could go back and take 5 points back, it would probably be right here. But then after I got there, I started looking into like, well, how am I going to get everything as high as I can get it? Rank 5 is what you want to go for if you're crafting these kind of things. Some of you guys, you kind of only focus on rank 3 stuff, and that's cool too. But I looked into it and I started reading up more about it. And of course, skill is very important, and you can see like in long blades, this. Well, does it say it there? Does it say it here? No, I'm a dummy. Okay, so what I discovered is that, of course, you want to get as many skill points as you can to get things up as far as you can. And then so I wanted everything to affect the sword. Like, I wanted the sword to be as far as I can go. So, of course, I went after all of these little nodes here. And you can see, if you go through it, inspiration, resourcefulness, inspiration, and then you back up, you come down here. It let me craft warglaive here, and then sword first, then warglaive, and 5 skills. See, there you go, 5 skill, 10 skill, 5 skill, and then adding illustrious insight finishing reagent. So that's going to help a lot. It'll improve your skill when you're crafting whatever you're crafting. I'll show you that in a minute. So I went after skill, and then I heard that inspiration was good, so I went after inspiration as much as I could. So I got it in the tree all as far as I could. Here's inspiration, here's resourcefulness again, and here's more inspiration. And then I was like, well, okay, so I got it all in the tree. Where else can I get inspiration? And then I started reading about it. Inspiration is going to come from the gear you have for your profession. So here I am, my toolbox has resourcefulness and crafting speed. You can't change that. Like, that's what comes on the toolbox. The apron, if you can get a higher level apron, 44 inspiration and multi-craft. And then I was reading about this. You can get your weapon to also have any stat on it you want. So I went after inspiration on it. And then not only that, you can put an enchant on it. So I've got an enchantment for inspiration, and the tool itself is base item is inspiration, or base stat is inspiration. So when I go to look at swords, then I go to craft my sword that I would want to make, and I haven't done this yet because I wanted to make sure I get as far up as I can go. So my basic skill on swords gives me the ability to get here on this. So I'm at like 239, and it says here to get to the next level, I would need to be, it says you need to reach 239 to guarantee quality 4. That's rank 4. So I'm at 226. So of course I'm not there. I'm not where I want to be if I want to get a rank 4. So then I can come here and I can put this illustrious insight in. It boosts it up over that rank 4. So here I am at 256. So I would make the sword and it would be for sure a rank 4 sword. It has a chance, though, because of my inspiration, to add another 58 points to this skill. And I have a 30% chance to make a sword that is a rank 5, and you can see that's a 392 item level. And so if I wanted to, I could craft this and then remake it several times until it procs up to rank 5. Because you can recraft anything you make if you're crafting anything. So then I could come back over here, and so I could make it the initial one. I would want to customize the secondary stats, of course, because I would want it to be a specific set of stats, which for me I want crit and haste. And then my embellishment, I could choose anything I want. Now when you add an embellishment, the problem is going to be that when you add an embellishment, it increases the recipe difficulty, because here it'll boost it up, it'll drop it down. So then I probably would make a rank 4, and then I'd have to work on getting it to rank 5. My suggestion would be hold off on this for a little while. But you also have to keep in mind that all of the mats that you get when you make something are going to affect it. So I would probably want rank 3 primal molten alloys when I went to make it, and that would boost the skill up even more. And then I could add the embellishment later after it becomes a rank 5, something like that. But that's just some basics on how to get things boosted up and make sure that they work. If you're stuck, you might be wondering, well, what about crafting orders? Well, I'll tell you, and they've been talking about this. Blizzard put out a post the other day. Crafting orders are crazy right now. If you search for a public crafting order, more than likely you're not going to see it, because there's people somewhere sitting refreshing this over and over and over again to see what the public crafting orders are. And if you're looking for crafting orders that way, you're probably not going to find them. So when I got my stuff leveled up, I started advertising in the trade chat for people to see that I'm able to make rank 4 blades with a 30% for a rank 5 blade. And so then they could potentially send me their crafting orders personally to me. And I've done this probably about 3 times, where somebody sent a personal crafting order. I was able to make it, and then they tipped me through the crafting order. Of course, we can also do this in Guild. Now, the benefit when you get a crafting order through Guild is you don't actually have to have any of the items that are not soulbound. So like when I go to make you a sword, a Primal Molten Longsword, you might not even need these Primal Molten alloys. I could make it for you as long as you gave me the Spark and the Primal Chaos. And then you could give me anything else you wanted on this to make it work. So I think that's where we can succeed with this system, especially like we got double blacksmiths. Like I know Demi has been focusing on armor smithing a good bit. I've got a few points in here because I wanted to mess around with the shield a little bit. But like I'm the sword guy. So if you are blacksmith and you're wanting to put points into stuff, then don't go after swords. You can go after another weapon or something else, and then eventually we'll have the trees filled out in various directions from various people, and then we can request crafting orders through specific people. Now is the time to like really focus on that and get these specialization points as far as you can, and making sure you're spinning them the right way. Like I did come back into specialty smithing here for tool smithing and put some points here because I wanted this to be a higher rank when I crafted it, this tool that I have. So if you got any more questions, just let me know. Don't give up on this. Like a lot of people complain about this entire thing, and I just want you to know it is a very easy to use system. There are a few convoluted things that they probably should have explained better, but I like this a heck of a lot better than a system where we're going to get gear and then literally it's already been the stuff we can craft is already like surpassed by stuff we're picking up. Like with this, if we do it right, you know, eventually your swords and in your weapons and your armor, they can all be really, really high item level, even though you personally might not be getting the gear to drop like that. Okay. So again, let me know if you have any questions, and see ya.